Have you ever held a coin or seen a flag and wondered about the country it represents? Now, what if I told you there's a country with its own flag, its own currency, and even its own army, but if you look it up on a world map, you won't find it. This is the story of a nation in limbo, a place that exists in reality, but not on paper. It's a land frozen in time. And believe it or not, you can actually go there. So, where is this phantom country? Stick around, because we're about to journey into one of the most unique and least understood corners of Europe. Welcome to Transnistria. Officially, it's part of Moldova, a small Eastern European country sandwiched between Romania and Ukraine. But in the early 1990s, after the collapse of the Soviet Union, this narrow strip of land declared independence. The world never recognized it, but that didn't stop the people here from building their own state from the ground up. Crossing the border feels like stepping through a time warp. You leave Moldova and enter a place where the Soviet Union never really ended. So what's it like to live in a country that technically doesn't exist? Let's dive in. The first thing that strikes you in Transnistria is the architecture and the symbols. The capital, Tiraspol, is a living museum of Soviet-era design. Grand, imposing government buildings stand proudly on wide boulevards. You'll see statues of Lenin, still watching over public squares, and the hammer and sickle. A symbol long gone from the rest of Europe is proudly displayed on the Transnistrian flag. It's the only state in the world that still uses it. But it's not just about relics of the past. Life here goes on, just like anywhere else. People go to work, kids go to school, and families gather in parks. The local markets are bustling, filled with fresh produce and homemade goods. The people are incredibly proud of their identity, even if the rest of the world doesn't acknowledge it. They even have their own currency, the Transnistrian ruble, which is famous for being the only currency in the world to include plastic coins. It's a fascinating blend of Soviet nostalgia and modern-day life, creating a culture that is truly one of a kind. So, why isn't Transnistria recognized? The story is complicated. When the Soviet Union dissolved, tensions flared between the primarily Russian-speaking population of Transnistria and the Romanian-speaking majority in the rest of Moldova. They feared their language and culture would be suppressed. This led to a brief but intense war in 1992. A ceasefire was eventually declared, but the political conflict was never resolved. Today, Transnistria remains in a state of political limbo, a frozen conflict zone. It governs itself completely with its own president, parliament, and police force. Russia maintains a small peacekeeping force here, which adds another layer to the geopolitical puzzle. For the people of Transnistria, this means facing unique challenges. Their passports aren't widely accepted, making international travel difficult, and their economy is largely isolated. Yet, they persevere, holding on to the hope that one day their nation will find its place on the world stage. Despite its strange political status, Transnistria is a real place with real people living real lives. It's a destination that challenges our very definition of what a country is. It's a paradox wrapped in history, a place where the past and present coexist in a way you won't find anywhere else. Visiting Transnistria is more than just a trip. It's an experience that makes you think about borders, identity, and the complex tapestry of our world. It's real, it's weird, and it's waiting for you to discover it. If you're looking for an adventure that's truly off the beaten path, this unrecognized republic might just be your next destination. Thanks for watching. And if you enjoyed this journey into the unknown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more stories from the hidden corners of our planet. See you in the next video.